Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining in on our first session of our new office hours. I'm Colby Fayok, part of the developer experience team at Cloudinary, and we're going to be taking a look at some new features. We're going to do a deep dive on uploading assets to Cloudinary with the Cloudinary SDK, and all of that is followed up by a live Q&A. We're going to dive in and get started where first up we have Mai from the product management team who will be talking through some of the new amazing features we have now available with Cloudinary. Let me add Mai. Welcome, Mai. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello. Hello, guys. My name is Maya. I'm product manager in Cloudinary. My team is Foundations, Media Management, and nice to meet you all.
Awesome. Well, I'll let you go ahead and get right to it then.
Great. So, hi, everybody. I'm going to share with you some of our new features. Let's start with that. Drop shadow. So image shadow makes our images more realistic and adds a layer of depth to the image. So let's see that example. After applying a background removal, the look and feel can get a little artificial, and drop shadow is a great idea in this case. What the new drop shadow effect does is basically looking for the light directions in the given image and uses AI to drop the shadow accordingly. So it's quite interesting. And these are the code examples for multiple SDKs. This is the node code example, and you can see the image right here. So it's very cool. Now I'm going to show you super cool feature, one of our coolest, AI video gravity. Let's get there. Okay. So look at this one. As I said, super cool. I assume that all of you already familiar with the original Giotto gravity, which uses AI to detect and track given objects or interesting areas in the image. Talking about videos, so far we can crop the video by the most interesting area. And now we also introduce the new capability of object detection for videos. One of the strongest capabilities of our AI in this algorithm is to smoothly compensate for points in time where the object is going out of the frame. So in this example, we can see the ball, okay? Please look at the right side. The right side is the new feature, Giotto, where the object is the ball. And if you look careful enough, you will be able to see the moments that the ball is out of the frame, and still the algorithm kind of smooth that, and it's very cool and nice. On the left side is our original Giotto for videos, which focus on the interesting area in the video, and that's it. For more release notes and new features for Cloudinary, we publish that pages on a monthly basis. So you can go to the links that Rachel will share soon. And keep tuned. And that's it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Mai. That was pretty awesome. I really enjoy the auto gravity for the videos, especially the ability to focus in on a particular subject. It still just blows my mind that we can do that, and just with this little simple URL parameter, right? But thanks, Mai. So up next, we have Constantine, who's going to, from the development team, who's going to walk us through uploading to Cloudinary. So I'm going to add Constantine. Welcome, Constantine. Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, Colby. My name is Konstantin. I'm from the R&D team. I'm the SDK developer. I develop Python SDK as well as a few other SDKs in the company. Yeah, so the SDKs that people are using are written by our team, the SDK team.
Awesome.
So, I've been
Well,
working on it for like 5 years already. So
been around for a while then.
things.
Amazing. Cool. Well, whenever you're ready, if you want to share your screen, I'll add it up and you can dive in.
Okay, let's share my screen. Yes, I'm ready to share my screen.
There we go.
Okay.
Awesome.
So here I will present you a few like basic things when you like this is a Python project. So I want to show you guys how to upload things to Cloudinary from the using Python. So when you install the Cloudinary SDK. So in order to use the Cloudinary SDK, you just need to import Cloudinary Uploader. And in order to install it, just do the command pip install. You know how to do that. So just pip install Cloudinary, you will get the Cloudinary to your account. You will, and that's it. You're good to go. There is a small configuration step, but we can skip that for now. And so in order to upload an asset to Cloudinary, just as simple as that, you just do the Cloudinary upload and just specify the file name that you want to upload. So you see, I put this nice little dog picture here. So we want to upload it to Cloudinary. But Cloudinary is a very flexible platform. It allows you to do all kinds of things with the images. So in this example, let's say we just have this large image, which is it's a bit large image. You want to maybe make it smaller and keep it in Cloudinary to save some space for you. So what we have here is called the incoming transformations. Then that you just specify if you want to just reduce the size of this image. So I want to just make it with 500. So and that's it. So you just specify the way of making it smaller and provide the file name. So if we run the sample, okay, so it's ready. We can see the result from Cloudinary. We just print this result, and we can go and check the URL of this image. And most likely you cannot. Can you see the image now? Technical difficulties. So the image is, as you can see here, the width is 500, so the image was reduced. So that's, if you click the link, so you can see it's a much smaller image. So that's it. You got a very small image. It's much less in size, and it can save you space, and you can use it in your projects or show it in your whenever you want. So another sample that I wanted to show you is Cloudinary AI background removal thing add-on that allows you to remove backgrounds from the image. So if we take the same dog sample that we got here, so we can also, in addition to make it smaller, we can also remove the background. In order to do that, just specify this background removal equals Cloudinary AI, and it will make it smaller. So let's see, how do I? Maybe Colby, I need some help from you to share. I want to share the entire screen, right?
Yep,
Okay.
whenever I see it pop in, I'll go ahead. There we go.
Okay, so I share the entire screen so we can see. And if we click on this image here, so we can see we see the exact same image, but it doesn't have the background. Because if you remember, the original image had some background, so we just remove the background. And in addition to when we remove the background, and we see this image like this, in the delivery, we can also use the effect that I presented yesterday. It's called drop shadow. We can drop shadow on this image. So we can see that. So remember, we had the original dog image, then we remove the background, but then we can drop shadow here. So it's you can make this image much cooler and much nicer, so you can use it right away and you can automate this process. Another cool feature that I wanted to show you or demonstrate, we have nice quality analysis features in Cloudinary. So whenever you upload assets, maybe you want to know what's all kinds of aspects about the image. So if you want to specify on the uploader quality analysis true, so you can get all kinds of from the output upload response. You can see this quality analysis. So it can show you this is the color scale, or maybe the contrast is good, or exposure is not perfect. So if you have like really bad scores at some points, you can maybe pixel scores is not good for you, so you can take those aspects, those attributes, and maybe use them and do some logic. So if you say it's like the picture is not good enough, you don't want to upload it or want to delete it or do all kinds of stuff. So Cloudinary gives you all these kinds of tools for your usage. And I think that's it from my side. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for walking through that. It's really cool to see how easy it is to upload with just a few parameters in there, right? So now I think I'll bring in the rest of the team where we can try to answer any questions. In the meantime, chat, if you have any questions, please ask away inside of the chat feature. So I have a question that I'll ask before we dive in. So what are some of the other objects that the G Auto can actually track in videos? Like aside from a ball, for instance. Maya, did you want to take that one? Do you know that answer?
I think Costa is a
Oh,
better candidate for that.
sure.
Oh, sure. So in G, we can go to Cloudinary documentation. In the Cloud documentation, you can find a list of objects that currently the GAuto supports. There is a huge list of all kinds of objects. It can be furniture, animals, all kinds of parts of things. So you can go to our documentation of the Cloudinary, the GAuto effect, and you can see that there are so many things that you could like, can you think of? So, and there is the reference for those objects that are supported. So
awesome. Yeah. And kind of adding on to that, do you know how the objects are actually identified? Is it AI? Do we use AI to track that?
Yes, sure. AI algorithm.
Nice. Okay, cool. So it looks like we have a question in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and pull up. Might the weight, color, blur attributes of the drop shadow be adjusted? So basically, what kind of flexibility do we have with the drop shadow for changing how it looks?
So for drop shadow, we have the three parameters. It's like azimuth, elevation, and spread. So like when you drop a shadow, so there is a light source for some point. So you can place the location of the virtual source. So if you just you can put it on different sides of the object, so the shadow will be dropped from the other side, or you can do the opposite. So those are the attributes that you can manipulate, provide to this effect, and it will update accordingly. It's also, if you go to the documentation of the drop shadow effect, you can see very nice examples there. And there are ways of making, like, for example, animated image when you just play with it, just putting a few different locations of the shadows. You can see it's like it goes around. So yeah,
that's awesome. And anybody else, if you still have questions, please feel free to ask in the chat. I have another question. So is uploading with the Node SDK or really any of the other backend SDKs similar? Like, do the APIs more or less look the same aside from the syntax?
Yeah, so all of our SDKs, we align them to the API, because the API is the interface for like working. So the parameter names and those are the same concepts, maybe just the syntax is different because it's Node and it has callbacks and it's JavaScript. But other than that, though, those things are pretty much the same. And we have documentation for each and every SDK. So if you read documentation, you can see what are the exact parameter names there. So, but it's pretty the same. Yeah.
Awesome. It looks like Greg has another question, so pull it up. So if for some reason the background is not quite removed, are there ways to improve what is actually targeted? And is that referring to, I'm guessing that's referring to the drop shadow again.
So yeah, if the background is not quite removed, so you can try to, I think in background remove, there are ways to specify how aggressively it removes, or it has hints. It has hints when you remove for example, in the background. So you can specify objects that you want to keep in the image when you remove the background. So yeah, assuming you have so after you remove the background in a nice way, so only after that you can apply drop shadow. It won't be able to apply shadow well on something that doesn't have the background removed correctly.
So basically, you want to make sure that you do have a good background removal set up before you try to apply that
Yeah,
next
that
drop
makes sense.
shadow. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. Does anybody else have any questions? Otherwise, we might be able to leave it, or if anybody else wants to add anything. Got to give it at least a couple seconds for somebody to actually type it out, right? But okay, I think we could stop there. But I want to thank everybody. Thanks, Mai, Constantine, and Karen for joining in on us. This has been a really great look for all those awesome new features that you have available on your Cloudinary account, and also how we can upload our assets into our Cloudinary account. Make sure if you have any other questions, Phil, I'll get to your question in a second here before we wrap up. If you don't have any other questions, please feel free to reach out through Cloudinary in the variety of channels. But Phil, so let me pull that up. Curious to know if there's anything that can be shared regarding upcoming future UX improvements of the Cloudinary Web UI, in particular the settings area, which could use some improvement.
So I'll be happy to answer that. Yeah, we're planning a lot of improvements in user management and other pages in settings. It will happen very soon. We're going to work on it in the next 2 months and take it step by step. We know it needs improvement and we're working on that.
Awesome. Always good to hear that. But again, thanks everybody. Make sure you subscribe, follow us on social media, and join us in communities like Discord. We'll announce the next office hour session, as well as more ways you can learn about Cloudinary. Thanks everybody for joining.